Going over photosynthesis. Last time we went over ATP synthase. It's sort of adding a little bit of ATP synthase to a more very complex system that happens in plant cells. This is a picture of a plant cell, and chlorophyll is, chloroplasts are the main component of photosynthesis. The chloroplasts consist of thylakoids, and you can see these little round segments. These are thylakoids. One column is a grana, and the inner space, the outer space of the thylakoids is called the stroma, which is the empty space. And then if we zoom into the thylakoid phospholipid membrane, this right here is a zoomed in version of it. So this is all occurring, this electron transport system, which is very similar to the mitochondrial electron transport system, is all occurring on the phospholipid membrane. It starts by excitation of electrons from light, photons, and this happens in the photosystem 2, and H2O is converted to O2. Plastoquinone, it transfers the electron from photosystem 2 to cytochrome B6F. And while this is happening, hydrogen is being pumped into the thylakoid space. And this is generating a hydrogen concentration in the thylakoid space. And then the electron is then moved over to plastocyanine into photosystem 1. Photosystem 1 also requires some light energy to keep this going. The ferredoxin is another electron transport protein that moves to ferredoxin NADP reductase, where NADP is reduced to NADPH. From there, the ATP synthase, which is an enzyme that we've talked about before, converts the ADP to ATP, and it uses this hydrogen ion concentration to do that. The ATP and the NADPH that is generated during this electron transport system is used in the Kelvin cycle, which is known as the dark cycle, or light independent energy photosynthesis. It starts off by CO2 combining rubisco, using rubisco as an enzyme that phosphorylates the glycerate, 3-phosphoglycerate, ATP, 6 different ATPs from ATP synthase during this process are used to make a biphosphate glycerate. And then biphosphoglycerate is then adds an acetyl or an aldehyde group using NADPH, generating 6-glyceraldehyde 3-phosphates, which is G3P, the most important component of the photosynthesis process. One of these glyceraldehyde 3-phosphates is used for multiple processes inside of the stroma of the cell. It could be used for sugars, to make fatty acids, amino acids, or it could be used for mitochondria in their processes. Glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate is then removed of their phosphates and made into a 1,5-biphosphate ribulose, and then is used again during this process to continue the cycle. And so this is the photosynthesis chemical reaction, and that sums up the video on photosynthesis. I hope you've learned something. Have a nice day.